The Hayley O Show. Every Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Only on bulls.co.za.
Huge thanks to Gennaro Bonafide, who was just in studio with us. Such a lovely guy. Such a lovely guy. So, yeah, great to see him again, and hopefully we'll get him in here again and keep in touch with how his season goes. But now for something completely different. We've got Carmi Kruger in studio with us. Morning, Carmi.
Hi, Hayley. How are you?
Good. Thanks for coming and joining us.
Huge pleasure.
The reason I got Carmi in this morning is because recently I had to play a role on a new SABC3 drama called High Rollers, where I had to play a pole dancer. And for this role, I had to learn a few moves. And let me tell you, for literally a week afterwards, after rehearsals, I couldn't lift my arms. I tried to wind down the window and take a parking ticket. It was such an effort. Turning off your alarm in the morning was an effort. I couldn't believe the strength that the sport required. So I thought, let's bring in an expert, and she can tell us a little bit more about it. So, Carmi, do I call you a pole dancer or not?
Let's go for pole fitness instructor. How does that sound?
Instructor.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe
enough.
on the stage we can go for a bit of pole dancing, but I think in general, let's go for pole fitness instructor.
Okay. All right. Cool. There we have it. But now, before we get into conversation, I want to play a YouTube video of Carmi's when she was competing. Which competition was
this is actually for an entry video. So if you go to a competition beforehand, they judge you on a video. So this entry is actually for the competition on the 6th of April, but we'll get into that later.
Okay.
So this is the entry video.
What you applied.
That's it.
And I'm not going to play the whole thing, but here's just a snippet of what Carmi can do. And I hope, if you've never done pole fitness before, I hope you can appreciate the strength that goes into this. If it's a little crackly on your audio stream or on your video stream, you can always YouTube it and just search for Carmi Kruger Gold Division. Here we go.
Y no me digas que me amas, no me digas que me adoras, dime solo que te quedas una vida junto a mí.
Well, there you have it. Just a taste of what Carmi's about. Yeah, I'm going to leave that playing while we chat, just so people can see all the things you can do on that pole, which is quite incredible.
And that was the start. So, if you had to go Google further and even go into national videos, you would not imagine the things we come up with. Every day there's new moves being developed, and it takes it out of our comfort zones to be able to do these things. And to get more into the fitness of it is we teach the ordinary guy, like you did a couple of moves on the pole.
Yeah.
Every day I'll reply back, I can't move, I'm not feeling anything. My arms, I can't even straighten them. And there's nothing, like gone to the gym, did dancing myself, but with pole,
nothing works you harder.
Nothing, like shaping abs. I mean, I got a six pack out of all these years.
I
so,
know. Wow.
you
I'll
know?
show you guys a photo of this girl's six pack, like crazy stuff.
So,
But now, Carmi, so you represented South Africa at, would you say, the World Champs of pole
yes,
fitness?
it was in London. It was actually the first one they did. International Pole Fitness Sports Association that hosted it. This year again in June, I think it will be. The comp that we're having on the 6th of April, if you win that comp or the first or second place, you get an entry into the competition.
Into this world competition.
Yes, it's a whole worldwide. It's more of the sport of pole, and people don't realize that there's a whole sport division. We try to get into Olympics by competing in that competition, so they're still working on getting us, like gymnastics are part of it. We're in the same category as that.
No, sure. I mean, because in the Olympics, you've got the gymnastics that work with ribbons and balls.
All of that.
And
So we just have a pole, but people are so pole.
it's
we
all
still,
the connotations, isn't it?
So we're fighting every day, but you walk into a place with your pole, they think you
Yeah.
show them one dance, and they're like,
Ah.
how did you do that? So it's all visual. We just prove ourselves by doing that. And fitness, I mean, it's amazing.
No, I
fitness.
really,
Yes.
watching some of the videos that I've watched, I do believe it should be Olympic sport because of the strength
Absolutely.
and skill that's required.
There's nothing sleazy about it. It's technique, it's flexibility, it's core strength. Amazing stuff.
And tell me, so, I mean, like you said, people have a lot of connotations when you
lot.
arrive with the pole.
A lot.
Do you see it as a sport? Do you see it as something sexual? How do you see it?
To agree, I would say sensuality more
Sure.
than being sexual, because you have to look pretty on pole, right? I mean,
Sure.
I'm not going to sell you by doing like this aerobic class.
Yeah.
Even though in class you would do that, but when I'm going to perform for you, it needs to look flowy and beautiful. So sexuality, not at all. It's a prop. It is a sport prop. We used to show our moves, our flexibility, our strength. So definitely more sport, but sport with a bit of flair, maybe,
Yes.
like putting a softness on it.
The way I see it is it's a form of dance. I mean,
Exactly.
you started as a dancer, right?
Contemporary, and I'm showing it on the pole now. Like,
Sure.
what a great transition.
Dance where you have to be super flexible.
Exactly. Exactly.
So let's start now at the beginning. You've represented South Africa
Yes.
in pole fitness, and how did it all start? How did you
Right,
get
so
into it?
very interesting story. I don't know if you've ever heard about this amazing vouchers you get.
Like,
Have you heard
like a
those?
Groupon or something like
exactly that. So like 3 years ago is Groupon, right? So I've got my little amazing vouchers going. I'm seeing pole fitness class. I'm thinking, what is that? Never in my life heard of it.
Yeah.
Pole, like you wouldn't even have it in your category, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm taking my voucher and I'm seeing Tracy Simmons, which is another subject we can talk about all day long. That
Okay.
woman is amazing. Go to the pole studio, which is in Pretoria, the first studio I trained in. And I go in after a month of deciding this is it. I'm going to do it. I've got a new level in my life. I'm going to go.
Okay.
Get into the class, seeing all these poles, you think, how am I going to do this? Like, what is it? Like, all these questions going through your mind. Got on that pole, and it was love at first sight. I cannot tell you. It's like
Really? You
don't
just
want-
took to it.
And I think with the dancing, it just gives you that extra 70% of how your body moves and the way it's already connected with movement. So
Sure.
I adapted it quite quick, but even if you don't, it's the experience. But then I couldn't get back to it. I had to plan my day. I've got a full day work I'm doing, and when am I going to go to class? So about 2 months after, I decided this is it. I'm doing it
Full time.
full time. So I'm going to the
So
classes.
2 months after starting.
Okay, wait, but no, maybe not 2 months.
Okay.
I think I went back 2 months, trained about twice a week, got into it, adapted 6 months after I did my first competition, intermediate,
Okay.
Miss SA pole dance. I came fourth. So I was like,
After
Carmi,
doing it for 6 months.
that's it, 6 months. I'm like, okay, there's hope here. We can work on this thing. And the 6 month passed. The next competition was the one you just showed. So that was a while ago,
Okay.
and you improve every day, I can tell you.
We'll bring up a recent one.
Yes,
as
there's
well.
a one you can 2013 PFASA, which is the Pole Fitness Association of South Africa.
Okay.
And anyway, so you go to class. After that, I decided, you know what, I'm really liking this, and I love working with people. Let's try the instructor course. And this is also something Tracy Simmons offers at the Pole Studio. You do your, after maybe a year of dancing, she would go through all the settings with you, and you would do like a certification, like your
Teachers, yeah.
like a teachers, exactly. So I did my level 1 and 2, started training with her at the pole studio. After about a year, I did my level 3 and 4 and decided, you know what, I can go further with this, and actually opened 2 of my own studios. So,
so
still
you've got your
teaching
own
at Tracy,
studios.
learning stuff every day. I did my own thing, and now I'm at the stage that I'm doing that full time. I'm a full-time fitness instructor. I do choreography. That's my passion, is because of my dancing. And we did a show last year, the Love Pole Dance. It was a fundraiser to go to overseas, where I did it was the Dio that we went for overseas, which is also fun. I should tell you about that.
Yes.
And,
So just to explain to people,
yes.
that's when they're 2 girls on 1 pole.
Yes, but actually I got a guy. So it was such like a love story we could do. It was like a contemporary piece
Oh,
using
so there
the
are
pole.
guys that do.
I tell you. And they actually started with like your circus, Cirque du Soleil.
Oh, sure.
If you look at that now, go check out how many pole stuff they actually do
so
on
it's
those shows.
guys and girls.
There's guys and girls.
Okay, we're going to get more into this. Let's play. Alrighty, we've got Carmi Kruger in studio with us. She's an instructor in pole fitness. That was the live version of Journey Don't Stop Believing. Right now, so Carmi described to us that you can have 2 people performing on a pole together.
Absolutely.
So while we're chatting, I'm going to play this video of who you're performing with here, Carmi.
Jose Rodriguez. That's when we actually went overseas with this competition.
So this was you guys performing
Yes.
overseas. Okay, so while you feast your eyes on that, I'm going to ask you, so you had got into this for 6 months, and then you started entering competitions. And tell me, how did you break through? Because apparently when you start, you get a lot of bruises, and like I know, you get really sore. How do you kind of break through that?
You know the number one thing? Epsom salt bath. Believe it or not. You know, you have to put back all that nutrients in your body. Your skin actually gets tougher. Your grip gets tougher. You know, if I get new level 1s in my class, they're slipping like mad, and they get so, you get discouraged. And you're
Sure.
like, how am I ever going to do this? I'm like,
Exactly.
you actually improve the grip of your actual hand. So there's so many things that you haven't even realized as you go through your pole dance, life, about how things change, and upper body, core.
So you're saying you must just push through it, because
Just
you will see
push
the
through it.
results.
The bruises
if you push through.
is a mark of achievement. I'm telling you. I walked down in Pick and Pay, and I was bruised on my arms, and people were like,
What
"Are
happened?
you okay? Stuff at home? Fine?" I'm like, pole dancing. They're like, "Okay, no more questions. Moving on." So that to me is like, move on.
That shut
And
them
so
up.
the bruises, I think, the more, well, to me, probably the more I bruise, the better I feel.
You
'Cause
feel you've worked
I'm like, you know what? I grip that grip because it shows, and so you move on, go through the pain. The more pain you take in, the more you're gonna accomplish. That's I believe that. So you're
Okay,
gonna
no
get
pain,
bruised.
no gain.
Exactly.
And I mean, in terms of the incredible core strength you need,
yes.
is that also obviously something you build up slowly and gradually?
Yes, you know what? Especially doing the instructor course, there's so many moves that you won't jump on the pole, go invert like the V move like your first 2 months. You won't. You need about 6 to a year to actually build up that strength, to be able to lift your whole body weight up on a pole, move it around, take a leg through, split it. So lots and lots of conditioning. You know, arm holds, you would just pick up your legs. You would do hangs, like you did some spins. Even spins, you work so hard at keeping your body going around that pole and,
Yep.
lifting yourself up. So you went through it, and that's the start of it. So can you imagine doing that twice a week? Actually building up all of that strength. So,
So tell me, when you're training, do you just train in studio, or do you train at the gym as well?
always great to train. If you're going to do this as a profession, 5 days a week, great. Swimming goes well with core and upper body strength. To me, pole fitness was my get out of ticket out of the gym.
Okay.
So I was like, yes, something.
This
I don't
is
have
the
to
way
go
you
to
can
gym.
tone yourself
That's
without-
without gymming. So
Okay.
I believe in it. It changed my body. I didn't need to go to the gym anymore.
Okay.
I did it 2 times a week. That worked for me. Obviously, it depends where you are in life, if you need more exercise. But very good start of base to do twice a week. I think it's great conditioning.
So are you saying if you do it twice a week, you're going to see a
Absolutely.
difference in your
Seen
body?
it, done it. We've seen it in other people. Yes, absolutely. Twice a week, good starts. So do it.
I don't know if I could push past the pain.
Yes, you can.
But we'll chat to you a bit more about your studios that you have and the different people that come to your
Absolutely.
classes. You're listening to the Haley O Show, through with you until 12 o'clock, and then I hand over to Sasha. With me in studio is the very lovely Carmi Kruger, and we've been watching some of her videos on pole fitness, some of the videos where she's been competing internationally in the sport that you now
That's
call
it.
pole fitness. And I don't know if you saw any of that duet that I just showed. She said it was the first time a guy and a girl had done a duet together internationally. Is that
That's
right?
it, South Africa, yeah.
For South Africa.
Yes, amazing.
And I mean, you're telling a story there on the pole.
Absolutely. You know, we took a piece, and it's a Turn to Stone piece, and it was about a guy and a girl, and how, you know, if you had to die one day, appreciate all that memories, and throughout the dancing and how we communicated with each other in music and our bodies. We just use those poles to just lift us up even more, and, you know, to show just so many moves that you can't do without. So it was amazing to tell, and people were dumbstruck. They've never seen anything like that.
So it really is a form of expressive dance to you.
Absolutely.
No, I can see how passionate you
know,
are about
if you
it.
can't tell a story on stage, why? Like,
So you're a performer through and through.
performer, emotionally, I love it. People must sit there and gasp and just go, tear the eyes.
Well, when we see your six
You
pack,
know.
we certainly does.
Yeah.
So now tell me, did you start as an instructor at the Tracy Simmons?
That's it. I was a normal pupil in her class and just developed so quickly.
Tracy was an international.
Tracy Simmons, international
Performer.
super legend. That
Okay.
lady is beyond amazing. She actually won a couple of, I mean, it won't go into her history, it will take us
Sure.
a whole year, but she won the UK, Miss Paul UK. I
Okay.
can't tell you how many years ago, but
Okay.
she came to South Africa, opened the Paul Studio, which is it's a franchise. There's one in London as well. So she started her studio. We were all pupils there. From there, it gradually just developed in being instructors, and from instructor course, anybody can do it. If you have the will, the power, and that ambition, you can go into that. You know, it's training, it's hard, but it counts for everything in life. So
And tell me, so then you went and opened your own studio.
that's it. So from my studio, I went. I still teach with her in the morning, so
Okay.
I'll always be a part of that. And you know, it's your first experience with it, so you'll always cherish it. Then I went to Vereniging, and I'm actually teaching there. Some girls, they
Okay.
made me just come teach us. You can't. I'm like, okay. So I'm going there once a week, and then in Moraleta Park in Pretoria also. So
Okay.
it is spreading so wide, and in Joburg there's so many. Any studio you join, you'll always get some benefit out. So
And how long is a class? Like, I can't think I could do it for very long.
right. So it's an hour. You'll always in our the way we believe pole dance should be. There's still a couple of ways people perceive it. So in our class, we really concentrate on being fit. So your first 10 minutes, you'll have a good warm up. You know, getting all those limbs and fluids going.
Yeah.
Then we would do a nice conditioning, probably about 10, 15, 20 minutes. So you'll do all your pull ups and, you know, arm hangs and things
Strength
that
exercise.
strengthening very much. And then you would do some spins, and we'd end with a nice combo. You know how you put all the moves together, and people get that awesome satisfaction out of it, like, oh, I did like 4 moves and I'm combining them and I'm holding myself up.
You must see it must be nice to see some girls really come out of their shell in a
I
sport
think
like
there's
this.
nothing like that. And they go in there and they're like, you know, if we do pool parties, which is another subject, I get these girls, like 10 of them, they would go for bachelorettes or stuff.
Yes.
They would come for a class, and they would be, no, it's not for me. And that the girl that actually said that is the one that comes back and says,
Really?
I'm loving this.
Really?
So you perceive you judge yourself, like, I can't do that. But I'm telling you, if you get that if you get all those classes, you do it from the start, and how we train
If
you.
you keep it up.
Keep it up. You know, there's a stage that it hurts so much, but just push through it. You can do it. So,
And tell me, do you cater for all ages?
all
and-
ages, up to 160 kgs can go onto that pole, so I think you have no excuse. And all ages. Oh, we have a lady, Margaret, lovely. I think she's about 65.
Really?
Amazing, going upside down, holding
What?
the moves. Amazing. So no age, no weight. I mean, the young ones we have now, this is the first year overseas, they have a a young division, but from 10 years to 17 years.
Sure.
Hayley, you must see those girls. They are
But that's great that they've got
breathtaking.
open-minded
That's it.
parents like that
That's it.
see it as a
we
sport.
fight.
And they,
We fight every day.
and they're seeing it. I mean, obviously, it's got its connotations. So
But you know-
for a mom to let her daughter go to pole dancing
Oh, my
at
kid
10.
does pole dancing. What?
No, mom, I don't want to do
You want to
ballet.
retire quite quick then, my mom. You know? But it's visually, like, you have to see it. Nobody's going to believe me if they have not seen the video. You know, they always go, yeah, whatever, you can tell us what you want, but
And it comes together with costumes and lighting and music and
changes
that's
everything,
what
right? You
work
always look
towards.
better on stage. Yes.
And tell me, so you do these bachelorette parties? and
Yeah,
that kind of
great
thing.
fun.
And
Great fun.
Is that how many people do you have?
You
in a
know
class?
that differs, but there's two versions. You can go to the pole, you can go to any studio. You take your 10 friends, you go for a nice fun class. Everybody joins in. They've got their own pole. It's like a taster.
Yeah.
And then you would go to somebody's house, or you take your pole with. All
How
of
do you
them.
take a pole just to someone's
So there's
house?
that's it. So you get a portable pole. It's an
Yeah.
actual, like a stage pole. It's got a base heavy enough to keep the weight actually not moving too much around on the pole. So it's like a fold up pole. I know
Okay.
it sounds quite interesting, but you take it in your handbag. Go for it, man.
Sasha Martinique just
Right,
walked in
yeah.
studio here and his eyes are
It's
wide.
like,
and
what? Yeah.
Talking
So-
about portable poles.
There's so many poles. I mean, that's also another whole year of talking. You get coated. People didn't even know that poles spin. Like, that's not me going 14 times around that pole. It actually rotates.
Now the one I had to work
Did you have a
on
static
did
pole?
not spin.
You
damn
would
it.
you would have looked more graceful, I think. if
Oh,
you had
I'm
to spin.
sure.
Not that I know how you
Anything would
did.
have made me look more graceful.
No, I'm sure you looked very beautiful.
Oh, I don't know. So, okay, so if people are interested in doing a class with you, whether it's for a bachelorette or whether it's for
Yeah,
fitness,
yes.
how can they get in touch with you?
You know, great way is just Facebook. I mean, that's I'm still getting used to the Twitter thing. Like I told you, I'm like, virgin in that all like
Okay.
category. So Facebook, Carmi Kruger, quite easy. I've got
And
a full
that's
picture on it.
CARMI.
That's it, Kruger. And just carmikruger@gmail.com for any info. And like I said, it does depend on what area you are. Like there's the pole studio that's in Linwood with Tracy Simmons where we all teach. Then there's Moraleta Park. There's a lot around Joburg. So if you just do the Google thing and go pole dancing, you're going to find quite a bit of info. So the last thing I really want to say is that the 6th of April, we have the competition. So if there's people that has never even experienced what pole fitness and dancing is all about, go there. It's at the Atterbury Theatre, Saturday the 6th of April. The tickets go for $220.
Okay.
It's
That's a lovely venue. I like that.
beautiful. That's why it's a theatre, so it's not like a club or anything
it's not
sleazy about
sleazy.
it. I think the video you guys saw, it was same place. Go support us, go see what it's about. It's the Pole Fitness Association of South Africa, which is also a great website. There's so many links and videos and info on pole fitness.
Okay.
And Tracy Simmons and Julie Swartz actually, they're the founders of the of the association of it. So
Okay, and you're
Great.
going to be performing there.
I will be
hoping
performing.
to win your spot to go overseas.
Wouldn't it be a dream come true? So I can go to London again, or maybe Brazil or Argentina. You never know. So I'm
Okay, well,
going
we're
to
not
for it.
quite finished chatting to you
Great.
yet. Apparently, Carmi has a significant other, and I want to ask what his feelings are about her sport after this. This is Carmi's request, Pink Floyd. Okay, we're talking to Carmi Kruger here on the Hayley O Show. Carmi represented South Africa in the International Pole Fitness Competition, and she's been telling us all about everything that goes into pole fitness and how it is considered a sport and a dance, an interpretive
Absolutely.
dance, and how they're trying to spread that perception of pole dancing. Am I right?
Absolutely, 100% correct.
And now, I do have to ask. So we saw this beautiful video of you performing on the pole with this Jose guy, and you have a boyfriend. What does he say about all this?
Well, let's start off by Jose is gay, which helped a lot because all the touching feeling, and he's like, "You can be happy, Carmi." I'm like, "Yes, I am," and he was like, that's too close. But
No, I'm sure that,
yes,
put his
from the
fears to rest.
start, he encouraged me so much. I think the first time he actually saw what it was really about, Gert realized, it's a sport, and he's like MMA, and he trains every day. So we have such an awesome relationship we understand pain. He gets home, I'm bruised on my thigh and this. I'm like, I'm bruised on my arm, and rub each other, and so
You're both athletes.
we're both athletes, and I think that helps because so many hours you train, and he understands if I'm away for a weekend and do the shows, and the support's overwhelming. So I think in the beginning, pole dancing was not his first choice in girlfriend, but he had to take me with it. So it was worth it.
Oh, good.
And
well, I
yes.
think that's very progressive and open-minded.
And he saw me for what it was really about. And I think you can't be narrow-minded in this field. You have to explore, see what it's really about, and just open the mind. Give it a chance before you
before you judge it.
That's
sure.
it. Don't judge.
I've certainly learned a lot.
That's it.
I've learned what a sport it's become.
Amazing.
And what would you say, what are your feelings towards the girls that do it in a completely different context, that are dancing in clubs and, men's
the first
clubs
thing
and
is
all that?
they make our lives so hard.
Sure.
To tell, if I walk in Pick and Pay and people go, so what do you do for a living? Oh, no, I'm a pole dancer.
Judgment.
That's it.
Immediate.
Go. So I don't agree with that. I'm sorry. I really don't. I think no girl should sell herself in any way. And I don't know what their beliefs are and what their life story is about, but definitely not for it. Even in our classes, it would never be sleazy or anything sexual. It would be sensual. It would be pretty. It will be fitness. So not a firm believer in that. But, you've got your life. You make your own choices. So I went the other route and never went that route. Otherwise my Ferrari would have been parked outside, which is not.
Exactly.
And so I think
Okay. No.
Yeah.
I just thought I would ask
put
you
it
for
out there.
interest's sake.
Yes.
And tell me, so when you guys aren't training and when you aren't performing, what else do you enjoy doing?
Love food, believe it or not. Eat like a beast.
Foodies unite. I'm with you.
So the more I train, the more I eat. So go training. And love outdoor sports. Even me and Gert, we do scuba diving, jumping out of airplanes, name it, anything extreme. Because pole dance and him boxing and stuff, nothing beats it. We have to go the notch up, right? Yes, absolutely. So anything, shows, going to ballet, Monte Casino, anything culture, love it. Anything that inspires me, I think.
And what
pushes
you
me
up
to
to
the
this
limit.
weekend?
This weekend, fun stuff. We have a dress-up party.
Ooh, what's the
Actually,
theme?
how funny is this? We dress up as hookers and gangsters.
Now
Maybe
that
I
you're
should
back-
take the poll. No kidding. And so just a nice dress-up party, then practicing hardcore for the competition. So it's a lot of training, 3 hours, 4 hours a day. We're entering duos, me and Karen Nickling, which is my duo partner now.
This is for the 6th of April.
This is for the 6th of April. Lovely duos that you're going to see, guys. Lovely solo performances. It's worth it. Trust me.
And tell me, you must have some incredible party tricks. Do your friends ever make you
So
whip it out
they
at parties?
love it. Every party, Carmi, you're going to come to a party. You're going to show us some things. Yes, they are. Yes.
And does it take a few glasses of wine?
Well, I actually tell you, the one time I have a friend that we had a bachelorette party, and I drank a bit, but it didn't go too well. The spinning alcohol.
Let's leave
It
it
was
at that.
not good. Let's leave it there. So not again, not soon. Yes.
Okay, well, Carmi, it's so great to chat to you.
Awesome.
I wish you all the best for the upcoming competition,
Thanks,
and hope to
Hayley.
see you going
Yes.
overseas again.
Thanks for putting us out there to just tell us, what it's really about, and you experience it. So it just shows people don't judge. Don't judge.
I have a newfound respect
Yes,
for this,
thanks.
and I would suggest to all you listeners out there to try it.
Just go for
try
one
it
class.
once.
Yes.
Because I can tell you it will transform your body. From me just doing one or two little moves,
Feeling it for a whole week.
you discover muscles you didn't know you had.
Absolutely.
So I would suggest that you do try it out, and then take it from there.
Fun stuff all
If
the
you
way.
see if you can push through
That's
the pain.
it. Go pick yourself up. Thanks,
Well, lovely to
Hayley.
chat to you.
Thanks.
The Hayley O Show. Every Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Only on bulls.co.za.